Episode 3 of the 2021 East Coast Kubb Championship. We are in Maryland. We are being hosted by the lovely people over at Old Line Kubb. Today we start coverage of the Final Four. It's big time right now. There's the Kubb Squirrels there. They're one of the teams that are going to be playing. We won't see them until next week, though. So Final Four, first semifinals. Today we've got the Kubbstaches facing off against Great Lakes Kubb. Great Lakes Kubb has been undefeated all day. Kubbstaches making it into the semis by the skin of their teeth, going full 3 games. As we have for all series, the trusty sidekick, the Ed McMahon, the Robin, the some other sidekick. It's Bob from Keystone Kubb. Bob, say hi.
Hey Drew, how you doing? That was a good intro there. I wouldn't go Ed McMahon quite yet, but we're working on it. You know, we're down here to the semifinals though. I couldn't be more excited about it, man. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, we should have a peach of a match today. Keystone Kubb, or not Keystone Kubb. The Kubbstaches play at a Keystone Kubb. And they also happen to be your team. So if there is even the slightest tinge of homerism during this broadcast, I will shut you down immediately.
Let me tell you what, Drew. After that quarterfinal, I don't think we have much to worry about there.
Well, I think we need to wake up after last week's broadcast. So yeah, here's the bracket. Final 4 left. So today is Great Lakes Kubb, number 1 seed against Kubbstaches, the number 4 seed. Be interesting to see. Kubbstaches played for about 4 days in the last match, so we'll see if that affects them at all. Great Lakes Kubb on a 9-game win streak. Kubbstaches beat Das Kubb in the first round. So Bob, I don't even know why I'm asking you, but who you got?
Well, I mean, like you said, so I'm not going to be biased here. You look at how these teams are playing today. Great Lakes Kubb has just been absolutely dominant. They haven't even gone to time. They're just every single game they played is a win. No losses on the day. Kubbstaches really struggled late in the qualifying rounds and their quarterfinals. So I'm taking Great Lakes Kubb in this one. The train's gonna keep rolling. I don't see any reason why it won't.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm taking Great Lakes Kubb too, but I would have done that anyway. But I sense a rift in the Kubbstaches now. All of a sudden, when it gets out that one of the teammates is picking against their own team, yikes!
Oh, yeah, no, they might not like that, but I gotta call a spade here, and I don't have a. Obviously, I know they can play. I am confident that these guys can bring it, but right now, that quarterfinal against Das Kubb was. I mean, I thought the Kubb Squirrels Kraken Kubb was an endless 3-game match. The Stashes versus Das Kubb went longer. Neither team seemed to want to win that one. So they gotta put it together. If the Kubbstaches haven't won any chance here, they're gonna have to play a lot better.
So are you traveling to nationals with them?
Yeah. It's going to be awkward after this.
That's going to be an icy drive. Oh,
yeah.
Ooh, yikes.
That was a nice shot there by JR.
Yep.
Right off the bat.
So 1 for 2 to start out. As usual, Great Lakes Kubb playing 3. So meatloaf is off the table. They're vegetarian, I think.
Yeah, they are. The one thing I did want to mention is with Great Lakes playing with 3, so the minimum of this tournament is 2. Playing as 3, they played it pretty straight from what I've seen so far as each player's getting 2 batons when they have 6. So they don't have to play that way. They can adjust things and move things around. Just one player can't throw more than 3, but they can have a player sit if they want to in a round, and so we'll see if they change their strategy at all here in the semifinals.
I was unaware of that. So I probably should have paid attention during the intro part at 9 o'clock this morning, but I was throwing Kubbs, I think.
Yeah, well, that's what happens, Drew.
Yeah, well, I was playing on a team of 2 people anyway, so it doesn't matter. So as usual, we're only showing 4 Kubbs. That's just the way it works around here. But there's 1 in play, so hopefully the graphics department will keep up with when a Kubb is knocked down, and we'll know because we can't see right now.
Interesting choice of the headwear for Jake today. I mean, that's a wide brim hat he's got on.
It's Is that a
Obviously,
fishing hat
I
or
I
is
don't know.
it's
I've never
either,
seen it before, and I've played with this guy for 7 years,
it
so
looks to be
this is new.
either a fishing hat or a gardening hat for a 94-year-old woman.
Yes. Well, when it's 95 degrees out,
Yeah.
I do have to say that the breeze is picking up a little bit. I mean, it's going across the pitches,
Yep.
so it'll be interesting. It doesn't seem to be affecting Great Lakes at all at their 8 meters. They just hit two more.
No, they are absolutely on fire. And we've got a special guest today. Bob, scoot over so
Yep.
our guest can join us here.
Slide it.
Um, Somebody who is currently scouting the competition, somebody who we will see next week playing in a semifinal matchup. He is the Kubb King, the legend from the zoo, gentleman Jesse Frame. Jesse, say hi. How you doing?
Hello, gentlemen. Doing well, trying to stay cool on this very hot day.
Steamy out, isn't it? Steamy.
Very hot. I'm used to it being real hot around Nationals time when we go up to Eau Claire, but this is a completely different level.
So
Yes.
hot in Eau Claire. What does hot in Eau Claire mean?
You're just baking out at the soccer fields all day long, staying cool, applying sunscreen, but here the humidity's way up. I'm not used to this much sweat dripping off me while I'm trying to blast.
Oh, is that some of the problems that you're running into? Sweat management?
Sweat, right now it's not as, we had some flying insect issues this morning as things are drying up, but now it's sweat. It's definitely moved to sweat.
Yes. All right.
Yep.
So Jesse, you're playing with Kubbstaches. So you guys will be in the next semifinal. You won your first quarterfinal matchup against Here for the Beer.
That's right.
And so you're going to be playing the Kubb Squirrels in the second semifinal, which we're going to see next week. You're scouting the competition here. Who you got?
It's hard to go against Great Lakes Kubb. They've just been playing so well. We lost to them in round 7. I'm very familiar with all those guys too.
So did everybody. They
Yeah.
beat everybody. I mean,
Well, we were hoping we could squeak out a win in round 7 and maybe be right there for the number 1 seed depending on opponent score. But then we lost and dropped all the way down to the 3. But we believe 3 is a better spot anyway, so we're okay with that.
I think it was because if you came in at 2, then you were going to be facing the Kubb Squirrels in round 1, which that is a tough matchup for a first round. So
yeah, it was interesting the way that worked out. We talked about that the last episode there in the last round, where the 1 and 3 seeds had better quarterfinal matchups than the 2. The 2 had to drew the Squirrels, which was interesting. Nice turn there by the Stashes. They got
Yes, very nice.
3 with 2 and 2 out of 4 8s. At least make this a little bit interesting. And we'll see.
Yeah.
So, Bob, I do
What?
need to correct you on something. You said Great Lakes Kubb beat everybody today. They did not beat Motley Kubb, which is the team I was playing on.
Well,
So
That's because you didn't
We
work your
were-
way up to the
whatever,
to the top
whatever,
of the draw there, buddy.
whatever it takes. We were undefeated against Great Lakes Kubb today.
Are
So
we
yeah,
gonna-
that's a feather in our cap.
Are we going to see a nasty blasty here, Drew?
I don't know. It's certainly set up that way, and we know how these guys go. JR is
It's been dealing.
he is a machine when it comes to
Filthy.
drilling. He is filthy, absolutely filthy.
Absolutely filthy. That's a good word.
Oh.
Oh wait, that's just 3. Stinking
Yeah,
grass. Held that one up. Here, Joe's gonna clean it up.
There you go.
Yep, there it is. And rapid fire to the 8,
Oh.
and he knocks it down. Wow.
Woo.
Red zone, boys, red zone.
And
Phil, the assassin.
Yes, he is deadly. Not wearing shoes.
No.
So, Jesse, so you played with Phil in the East Coast Championship in November, and you got second place. Is there a rift between you two that you didn't team up for this one, or what's the deal?
Well, honestly, with me and Phil, we kind of played a little bit by ear when we're trying to sign up for tournaments. And at first, Phil wasn't going to be coming today, was the word. And Adam Holtz had been asking me to play a few different times, including last year leading up to North Carolina. So I owed it to Adam. And then, true to Phil's word, kind of last minute, he said, "Hey, I'm going to East Coast. So
not only did he come, he drove like 16 hours straight.
Yes.
On through the night, basically. These guys are road warriors. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. And
I drove
word
up
on the
from
street
Raleigh,
is they're going to
6
be
hours.
driving.
Sorry, Jesse, go
Oh
ahead.
no. Well, word on the street, they told me after a couple of these qualifying matches, they're planning to drive back tonight as soon as the tournament is over. So once the tournament's over, they're also planning to go.
Yeah, I mean, and that doesn't surprise me at all, because as the tournament director, these guys, they've won all their matches easy, ish, well within time, but they're always the last team to report because they're too busy chatting on the pitch afterwards. All day. It's been going on all day. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
They're definitely here for the Kubb. Like, when we came out east, me and my wife came out this way for this tournament. It's a family vacation. Adam, he flew his family out here. It's a family vacation. These guys drove 16 hours to play in this tournament, and then they're planning to drive straight back. That's all they're here to do, is to win this tournament.
Yeah, they are, and they are dominating.
They are indeed. So, Jesse, you got Great Lakes Kubb as well?
I do, but you can never put it past, the Kubbstaches. I remember Jake last fall when I thought, we've got these guys. He's got kidney stones. He can barely stand. There's no way they can beat us, and they beat us. So I think this is, I never want to have anybody playing through kidney stones, but this is pretty similar playing the Great Lakes Kubb. They pretty much give everybody a lot of pain. So
yeah, he's trying to be the first repeat or two-time actually East Coast champion. This is our 5th year. We've never had anyone on the David's King twice. So that's what Jake's looking for. Brian wasn't on that team in the fall, so Brian's looking for it. Brian's finished 2nd, 3rd, maybe a 4th in this thing. He's never quite made it, but that has always kind of been our story anyway, up until last fall. We'd been on every podium spot you could possibly imagine this thing, and never came away with the win. And apparently, it took kidney stones to push us over the top. But yeah, it was an interesting day. It was an unbelievable performance by Jake.
Maybe next year you need to start loading up on gooseberries before the tournament. I hear those give you kidney stones.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was a rough.
I tell you what, I was there. I wasn't playing in the finals by any means, but it was it was rough to watch.
I refused to watch, so I was just doing my own thing and just acting like nothing's happening behind me. But he was in a world of hurt.
Yes,
there's no doubt about it. I knew once we got to the quarterfinals, he was going to gut it out. But he just got worse and worse and worse, to the point where by the time we got to you guys in the final, Jesse, he had one good baton in him per turn.
Yeah,
that was it. And he hit it every time.
Nice blast by Kyle.
Nice shot, Brian.
Or Brian.
Yeah.
Brian.
Brian's out of Motor City Kubb. So we have a huge Michigan contingent here in the semifinals. It's pretty much the whole state of Michigan that plays Kubb at any high level is here, and they're all in the semifinals.
Yeah, so Jesse, we've got Great Lakes Kubb, obviously, from Michigan. We've got Kubbstaches, who you're playing for, which is a Michigan/Wisconsin team. We've got the Kubbstaches, which is a Michigan-Pennsylvania team. And then we've got a Ohio-Virginia team. So I just want to ask you, hypothetically, if Great Lakes Kubb and Kubbstaches make it to the finals, will you feel bad about coming to the East Coast and taking our trophies?
No. It's a pretty established thing. When we come out east, typically no local team is finished on the podium. Is kind of the typical thing that happens. I do kind of feel bad because last year Phil and I came up short. Felt like we really left winning the championship on the table there, messing up game 2, and then Jake gutting out of winning game 3. So if theoretically, if we get to the finals, we'll probably have to go through Great Lakes Kubb, and Phil, I'd have to do that to Phil 2 years in a row to leave him short there again. But that is the plan. Sorry, Phil.
Yeah. All right, so you won't feel bad about it, is the story.
No. The amount of times I've finished second to Phil and Joe and JR is too many to count. So I will.
Yeah,
A
somebody's
little bit of
going out
punishment.
disappointed.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, if you have to be disappointed for a 16-hour drive, ooh, yikes.
Oh, yeah, that's a long
That's
one.
a lot. That's a lot of time to be disappointed.
Joe's heading off
Oh,
to the
he's
corner
going
here.
he's going way down there, way down.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
Joe's corner, we call it.
Yeah, well, I always say,
Oof.
if you're gonna take that shot, you just need to make sure you hit the front end on the first baton. You don't want to come up empty, because now he took Phil right out of the red zone unless he doubles this off. Oh,
Ooh.
Now he got a bit of
pressure.
pressure.
That's a lot of junk in front too.
Mm-hmm.
And then, with this grass, the grass is so long, you only have 2/3 of the cube to shoot at. You can't see it. You gotta
But he
hit
got
it
the
hard.
clear.
Yep,
Pressure
good
clear.
by Phil.
I think that's what Jake must be telling them right now is that was a good pressure clear right there. He said a
Pressure
little
clear.
something to Phil right after that. I think Joe and JR call that the brown pants shot. That
Yes.
that
Is that it? Oh,
that's what I hear
There you
them say a lot. So
All right.
It must
that was
be
a nice clear there.
must be a Michigan thing. I've never heard that one before.
so Jesse, what we got you here? Something we were talking about on the last episode. You throw a cube, it bounces out of bounds. You rethrow it again, it bounces out of bounds again. The other team gets to place it wherever they want to. What is that called?
I call it a punishment coup.
It is true. Oh my
I
god!
told you, it's a Midwest
Yeah.
thing. The Midwest, they call
Yeah.
it punishment. Out here,
You
we call
hear-
it a penalty.
Yeah, you hear penalty coup a lot. I don't know. In my recollection, I believe in the rules they call it a punishment coup. But I
It sounds
definitely
so dark.
agree that it's the minority.
Because it's, might as well head out to Shawshank for that one.
I end up hearing.
I mean, really.
You know
Hanging
what?
with
And
Andy
then,
Dufresne.
but then, if you rescue that cube, you could call it the Shawshank Redemption.
Exactly.
Ooh,
There you
I
go.
like it.
I think
Very rarely do you see the rescue attempted, but you never know.
the
I
first
love
tournament,
to try to rescue a coup.
I
A
love
lot
to
of
try to
people
do it too, but the first tournament I ever played in, no idea what I was doing, and Evan Fitzgerald was there, and I don't know, it was late, and it was the semifinals of the finals, and somebody rescued a cube, and he was standing next to me, and I was just like, what is going on here? This is, I came into the tournament thinking you stacked them, stacking, we played with all that. I was told, no, you don't play with any of that. And then I see him rescuing cubes, and I was just like, what is going on here?
Ah, nice shot by Brian. That's what I like to see. I'm not biased at all. They need to come up with some major. They need to clear right now. They need to hit 3 for 3. We need a turkey. If we're gonna make this a game at all.
Jake was just testing the wind.
Yeah. How is the wind, Jesse? It definitely seems like it's picking up.
It's picking up. It's mostly cross pitch, but there are times it kind of moves around at times. Not enough yet to really affect things. I think you still got to throw first, but it'll be interesting to see as things go along. If teams start choosing some wind factors here as it starts picking up.
Yeah, we oriented these pitches on purpose to make it a side wind, so it was very democratic. We knew it was going to be basically the same as it was yesterday, so we'd rather have a side wind so it's the same for every team, and hopefully it's going to continue to work out that way.
The stashes have been thrown at this near baseline cube.
Yeah.
They must have thrown at it about 5 or 6 times now and whiffed every time. There's a potential that it's actually there but just invisible, which is why they can't hit it.
It could be. It could be at this point with the heat. It could just be a mirage.
Could be. Maybe that's the problem.
The
Yeah.
Kubb mirage. It doesn't. When it gets hot enough, you have these Kubb mirages. You don't know what you're gonna do. It gets out of control. That was a nice throw.
excellent rethrow. Yeah,
Yes.
really got to you. It was so close to being out there on the side.
Mhm.
So Jesse, what's going on with first of all, Kalamazoo? People call it the zoo, right? I'm not just making stuff up.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, and there's a local. It's like a wood bat. It's not professional league. It's kind of like for college players, called the Kalamazoo Growlers, and
Yeah.
they really push They call their players the Zoo. They have all this
Oh.
merchandise that says the Zoo on it. But yeah, that is one of the nicknames.
I bet you there's a radio station there too, like the rock and roll radio
Oh.
station. My guess is that they call themselves the Zoo.
1057 the Zoo. Nasty
Yeah.
blasty by
Gotta
be.
JR. Look at
That
that.
was-
Woo!
Woo!
This is
Rapid fire on us. Yeah.
So what's going on in Kalamazoo in the Kubb world? Anything? Any tournaments? Any happenings going on?
King shot.
Am I not paying
Up
attention?
there.
Are we on a king shot already?
And
Look at that.
Great Lakes takes
I'm
game
not
one.
paying attention at all. All right, Jesse, stick around for a few more minutes. I know you gotta.
He's got to go warm up. But
I know you
it's
gotta
neither here
warm
nor
up.
there.
Let's see. 1.3 Kubbs for Vuitton versus 1.6 Kubbstaches. Really
He just-
coming in strong.
2 out of 12 ain't gonna get it done though.
16%. Yikes. But 44% is a solid number.
Yeah.
Great Lakes Kubb win streak up to 10 now, and they take a 1-0 lead. So Jesse, any tournaments coming up or anything going on in Kalamazoo in the Kubb world?
We're talking about it. Usually Brian Jones does a fall scrambler tournament over in New Baltimore in the fall. The Motor City Kubb Club does that. Doesn't sound like that's going to happen this year. So there's some talk. There's a player locally that's moving locally here that works for one of the local breweries and has already been talking to them about potentially doing something with Bell's Brewery out here, which is the big brewery in town.
Yeah.
So there's some rumblings that maybe we can try to get something going there. We're looking, the fall dates are also kind of stacking up there. A lot of places that had former tournaments are kind of moving them later in the year. So I would say keep looking at social media in different areas, and hopefully we'll have something going this fall.
All right, that sounds great. The so Bell's, that's the they're big, right? That's Bell's, like I can't remember what the beer that everybody drinks.
Two-hearted Oberon.
Yeah. That's
Two-hearted
Bell's.
Oberon.
Yep.
That's Bell's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well,
So
that'd
we're
be an
hoping-
awesome place to have a tournament.
We're hoping that we potentially have it starting there in about August time frame. So we're hoping to maybe get something on the books, get something going.
Yeah, I tell you what, having the tournaments at breweries is it's a marriage made in heaven. So
Yeah.
it works out very well. All right, Jesse. Well, I know you got to get warming up here. I know it's pretty warm out, but I know you got to get your Kubb muscles working. So thanks for joining us. Good luck. And I'm putting you guys down in the finals against Great Lakes right now. I'm calling it. That's my shot.
Lock it in.
Why don't you just write us in all the way to the end? I think we're gonna be right there, and I think we got their number this time. I don't think we're gonna have a repeat around 7.
All right.
You'll have to talk to Bob. He's the tournament director, but
Yeah, you're gonna have to play it out, Jesse. But I like the confidence.
All right. Well, Jesse, thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking time out of your preparation to babble with us. I've enjoyed it.
Ooh, there we
You're
go.
welcome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. Good luck.
So what do you
Nice,
think here?
Yeah, Stashes better start hitting these. Jake
Yeah.
got one, but I mean, to hit the 1.6 number and get 12 shots and only come up 2 out of 12, like that's not going to get it done against a team like this, and they know it. So, they just need to start hitting them. And right now they're looking at 1 out of 2. They got 2, and they still have 1 more left. So that's 2 out of 5 or 4 right now. So they're 50. If he can hit this and go 3 out of 5, that would be great. Take a nice lead.
Nope. So nationals. This is your team for nationals, the 3 of you. So who's doing what? Who's doing what in nationals?
Well,
Who's gonna drill? Number 1. Who's gonna drill?
it's a fluid situation. Right now, I'd say Jake. He's done the last couple, and I would say generally that's what we play it by ear a little bit. If conditions can change so quickly at nationals, especially in the afternoon on Saturday. So if there's a condition-wise that that somebody struggles, then we can change gears. We're confident in both of us.
All right.
Right now, I'd say he's gonna drill. I'm typically the blaster, but we're gonna potentially be playing a little differently this year. Kind of, I expect to take more 8s at nationals than I ever have, and I think Brian, who's typically our third guy,
Hmm.
is going to be taking more 4s than he ever has. So it's going to be a lot more fluid there.
All
Is
right.
the plan. So look at these guys go.
Yeah. Phil went 2 for 2 there.
It's too bad they can't get meatloafs, man. It's so
No.
disappointing.
Unfortunate. But I
It
tell
is.
you what, the invisible Mirage Cube over here is apparently giving everyone fits.
Oh, well, it's the what do we call them? The camera setup department? I don't know. Like they keep dropping the ball.
I think
It's just-
I think it is camera setup department. Yes.
Yeah.
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 That's their official name.
Logistics? Are they logistics?
Logistics, yes.
I don't know. But they keep. I mean, this is the second event in a row. I mean, the spring fling couldn't see anything on the edge. We missed some good. Some good.
We
what are
missed
they?
Joe's
Base-
sweet
yeah,
double.
we missed some base cube, field cube doubles, whatever it is. So
we
you
gotta
know,
Is there a name for that when you hit the not the runner but the baton hits the field cube and then takes out the baseline? I think we should come up with a name for that. It's like if you find a planet or a star or something like that, you get to name it. So
exactly.
I kind of feel like we can name it.
Oh, see, here we go.
Whiff.
See, this is where he should have got the front end. You just got to make sure you hit that first cube.
Oi.
Up empty. So now you go from potentially having a chance to, well, not win here, but at least it would have been okay. You go 2 singles, you can go baseline clear if you go 3 for 3, and now you put Brian in a tough position. We'll see what
So
he can do.
Now Brian's the lefty. So
Yeah.
do you find that comes in handy in nationals
I
to
do.
have righties and lefties?
It definitely.
Oh, nice.
Go. It definitely comes in handy because he had a better angle. He didn't have to take
Absolutely.
a bigger angle as Jake did to try to get that double, being a lefty. So I like having a lefty on the team. It definitely comes in handy, especially in situations like that.
Now he's got a chance to go 2 for 2 to clear.
There's
There's
one.
one.
Nice.
Oh,
See,
I'm
now-
sorry. No, I missed one. No,
Yeah.
They slept to
But
left.
Jake Jake by missing those 2 batons basically just took the meatloaf right out of his hands.
That's
He was ready to munch down on it. And now
Yep.
he can't do it.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh,
Is
he
that
hit himself in the knee. It's an injury.
That's a unfortunate cube injury.
And no less you have that happen on the national broadcast. Oy.
And not only that, you got to recompose yourself and try and knock this down. Missed it.
Good throw. It landed right, but just wasn't on target.
So now we're looking at 6 in play. Tied it up though. I mean, we always think, and you lose game 1, you just really just trying to extend the match. You're just trying to get to game 3. If you can get to game 3 and make it interesting, that's the key. But against these guys, it's going to be tough to. Yeah, that looks.
That might be a friendly neighbor.
Wouldn't be surprised if one of these matches that they're going to make me come out here and make a call on some of these.
Oh, nope.
Might have to run away from the commentary table at some point.
Well, the whole thing will fall apart if you're.
I'll be back.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, that's part of my role here. Is if I said it this morning, you weren't listening. I said, look, if you need me to come and make a call, just know that's a final call. There's no arguing it. I'm gonna call it as I see it. JR just dropped a baton. Are these batons getting slippery?
maybe everybody's sweat. Maybe they're covered in sweat.
Well, JR's got the glove on, so
Oh yeah.
I mean, we.
So do they make, is that a Kubb specific glove? Do you think? Do you think you look it up, like go to Amazon Kubb glove, and that's what shows up?
That's true. I could be wrong.
What was that?
I don't think the market would be there to make a Kubb
Oh,
specific glove. I would
So
really love to have one of these guys on though to talk about the glove because
that's a $1 million idea right there. The Kubb glove.
I mean, we
Well,
obviously
still
can't
going.
bother in the middle of a match, but I'd love to understand what the glove does and what kind of glove it is, and break down the glove. It's like, it did it with Michael Jackson. Now we're going to do it with Great Lakes.
Did Phil? Oh, the invisible Kubb is finally fallen.
Got the Mirage down.
Yeah,
There's so much heat coming off these Kubbs.
that's right.
Just chipping away, but the time's running out for Kubbstaches here.
Seems like they're both throwing jabs right now.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it pretty even.
Yeah. No, this has been a better.
Really,
game.
either one of these teams. I mean, these are both really good teams. They could clear all the field Kubbs in 1 or 2 and easily win this game on any turn.
Yeah, it's really coming down to, with these teams like this, generally it's going to come down to 8-meter percentage, how many shots you can get. If you can nail these drills like Jake's doing right now, looks like he's got 3 retosses, but they're going to be similar 4-meter numbers. Both these guys can drill. They both can blast. Generally, it's going to come down to who's going to have the better 8-meter percentage.
Yeah, they were both well over the Mendoza line in the first game from blasting, and I am sure they are going to be over that again for the second game here. Whoa!
Oh,
I believe
it's like a neighbor.
Well, that's the neighbor. Let's
Where's
wait.
the graphics department?
Yep, that's a
Yep.
friendly neighbor.
There
There we
he
go.
is. Same sweater though.
Yep.
It's interesting that the Fred Rogers Google images don't run as deep as Meatloaf. I guess it makes sense, but
Yeah.
graphics department just isn't that into Mr. Rogers as they are Meatloaf probably either. Let's see what
Probably.
he does with this one.
Probably not as much. He's going right up front.
Right up front,
Angling it.
he's looking for a nasty blasty on this one.
He's gonna pound that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
problem
nope.
is,
Changes
come
his
on.
mind. Changes
Problem
his
is,
mind.
the issue can be if you go too tight up front, then you really got to hit it. Now he's gonna maybe try to connect the dots going back. I mean, if he leaves that there, I think he's got a split, and it's whether or not he can pull the baton through. Here he's setting it up. It almost looks like he's setting it up corner facing, which is an interesting call. I don't know.
Well, you're gonna have if this doesn't work out, you're gonna have a big pile in front and have to drop them down on the back.
Let's see how nasty he can get with this blasty.
Yep.
He's got to bring it on this one.
Oh,
that was pretty nasty.
Quad. That's pretty good.
Took out
Pick up
half
the other 3 right here.
Wow. Hopefully, yeah. Oh,
That was it.
grass.
That was the grass.
Oh! Late faller.
Late faller.
That was like, well, I think I'm done with this turn.
Yeah.
Just
Probably
decided
just-
to take his time.
Got hot and wilted in the sun.
Hmm.
Now there's that Kubb is in front, so you've got maybe half a Kubb to aim at right there. There you go. All right.
Brian's in the red zone. He's got to go 2 for 2. 'Cause I don't think they're going to get many more chances at this. And now he's going to go for the barrage.
Yes.
See what he can do. See if the graphics department helps us out. No, nothing.
Interesting that he went for that one on the right side of the pitch where they're
It is, but it could be with the lefty.
Could be.
Sometimes he doesn't always like that first Kubb.
I see.
This is just house knowledge for being on this team this long. I mean,
Yeah.
Brian's been with us. He's not an original Kubbstache, but he's been with us since 2018. So this is his 3rd season with us, I think.
So Kubbstaches, it's a unique name. So
Yeah.
let's think about this the other day. What's your top Kubb team names you've ever heard? What are your favorites?
I tell you what, I like the ones that make me laugh. I mean, even here today we had the Show Us Your Kubbies. That one's a good one.
Yep.
I saw one the other day that I thought was really funny. Now I can't think of what it was.
I'd go with I don't know, 1, 2. I don't really have any particular order, but Cuban Missile Crisis. That's
Yeah,
not
that
any
one's-
particular team. I've heard that one a few times.
Yeah, that one's popular.
Yeah, and there's a team out of Canada. I think they play with St. Mary's Kubb. Their team name is Cubonic Plague, which I always thought that one was clever.
Another neighbor.
Another friendly
We're
neighbor.
just making it rain neighbors out here.
That's right.
Let's see if the Great Lakes Kubb can make this a nasty blasty. I mean, we were, like I said last match. You know, you really want to try to leverage this into to get in the group and one. We're sitting there at 7 Kubbs in play, so that's going to be a tough ask anyway at 7. But if anybody can do it, it's definitely JR.
Yeah, but I gotta say, JR blasting. First of all, I assume that the pile is pretty tight because you know, he's a great driller.
He's been slamming them in there all day.
Yeah. And then with him blast, and then give him a friendly neighbor to place wherever he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going ahead and calling it. This match is over.
You think it's over?
I'm going with it.
I think the Stashes are barely breathing, that's for sure. They're on life support right now, and let's see if they can close the deal. Oh,
There you go.
that was pretty nasty.
and I don't think the Stashes have. Oh, that's
I don't think they
pretty
played
right there.
particularly bad at all. They just haven't hit the 8s when they've gotten the chances to put more in play.
And they've just met a buzzsaw.
Yeah. So
Bit
now
of the
Phil's
lifeline.
gotta close it out here. He is an assassin, as we've said.
Filthy
So,
Phil.
he
Filthy
is.
Phil from 8 meters.
He is filthy.
There you go.
He takes no prisoners, Drew.
No
He's
prisoners
He's
whatsoever.
gonna let you have it. And we're going to the finals. There they go.
So Great Lakes Kubb continues their hot streak, continues their undefeated streak, gets up to 11, 1.7 Kubbs per baton. They really picked it up in that second game there. 35%. It's a good number. It's not great though.
Now,
but
they've
21%.
been all their matches. It seems like they've been getting away with that 30 to 40%, range, which is surprising. If the team ever comes out and just blows them out of the water, they're going to have to do a little better. But so far, they're getting away with it.
They are. So they advance to the finals. And so next week, we're going to have the second semifinal matchup, which is Kubb, who apparently is scouting the competition for the finals already, as we heard earlier.
Exactly.
And they are going to be playing the Kubb Squirrels, who we saw knock off Kraken Kubb last week.
Yeah, that was an icy match.
It was icy. They're going to have to pick it up a little bit to beat
No doubt.
Kubb. They've been playing well. So we'll see what happens. It ought to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to that match. I think it'll be the best match that we've seen so far.
Could not agree more.
Yep, 2 good teams. So I don't know. I think that's it, don't you? I think the only thing to say is bazooka.
Bazooka.
Later.
See you next time, Drew.
Next time.
Woo!